hasn't played in an NFL game since 2019 when he was with the Seahawks most recently. So, Shannon, how much will he help Patrick Mahomes?
I'm not counting on much. I don't think they should be counting on much also. Skip, at some point in time, I understand he's only 30 years of age, but when you play as sporadically as he played over the last 6-7 years, Skip, how can you continue to perform at an elite level? Yeah, I understand what he was once upon a time. He was arguably one of the best receivers in football. But that was many, many, many years ago.
2013.
And he hasn't played consistently since then. And so for them to hope they could get some kind of great production when Seattle didn't get it, the Patriots didn't get it. Obviously, they didn't get it in Cleveland outside of that year and a half that he played with them. So, Skip, for me, I just don't know what they expect. I'm not counting on much. I don't really know what they're expecting, but they're trying to find a receiver to go opposite of Tyreek. They've tried Mecole Hardman. They've tried Pringle. They tried Marcus Robinson. And basically, it's a revolving door since Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins has been better than I thought for the Ravens because Sammy Watkins has been able to be healthy.
Yep.
When he was healthy for the Chiefs, he was really, really good.
He was.
But he couldn't stay healthy.
Nope.
So now they've tried Mecole Hardman. They've tried a lot of different guys. They said, you know what? What the hell? What do we got to lose? Let's try Josh Gordon. And maybe he can provide something. And maybe he can. But, Skip, it's not like I'm holding my breath expecting to see Josh Gordon do anything spectacular for them. I'm just not.
So here we go again.
Yes.
Andy Reid is following in Belichick's footsteps or Pete Carroll's footsteps. It's the great coaches, the accomplished coach who says, watch what I can do.
But only those guys can do that because no other coach, you couldn't even, the ownership not going to even let you bring this guy in.
Not going to let you. What did Tyrann Mathieu say yesterday?
Right.
After he got his first look up close and personal at this kid.
Oh, he's impressive. If you just look at him, he's a statue.
He compared him to Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
He's 6'3", 225, and he said, this guy looks like one of those kind of guys that you see two people on and you still throw him the ball.
Yeah.
He looks that way. I've been around him. He's now 30, so he's not a kid anymore.
Right.
But he's a good guy. High intelligence. If you sit and talk to him, you're like, wow, this guy's impressive. And his physique is obviously extremely impressive. And if you get him out on the practice field, it's highly impressive.
He's like T.O. He's like Julio.
Yeah.
He's built like a Brandon Marshall.
He is.
That's what he looks like.
All of the above. But what did we both conclude as we watched him through the 2018 Patriots season? He started looking like he was running with the proverbial piano on back, right?
Yeah.
He did. He just looked like he was trudging through routes. He still caught a bunch of balls, and he was decent, and Brady and Belichick tried to put him in position to help them.
Well, maybe he can be Sammy Watkins. Maybe, they didn't ask Sammy to get deep. They just like, Sammy, we worked the intermediate. You can help Kelsey out, lift some of the because right now, Skip, they're a two-person team.
Yep.
They got Kelsey and they got Tyreek. Now, there was a hell of a combination with Pat Mahomes throwing it. But if they can just get that third guy.
No, I got it. So in 2018, Josh Gordon caught 40 balls during the regular season for the Patriots, 720 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was decent.
Yes.
He was their third receiver.
Well, if he can give them that.
Okay. And then what happened? They get to the playoffs, and he checks out. And he says, I need to take some time away for him to work on my mental health. Well, it's just been one thing. 6 times he has been suspended. And you go back to his college days. Remember, he starts at Baylor, and it just becomes a nightmare of suspension. Just one after another until they finally just say, you got to go. You got to go. And he goes to Utah and doesn't play a down in Utah.
Because
he can't stay clean. And I like him, and I root for him.
Yes.
But after a while, enough seems to be enough.
Right.
It seems like you need some kind of limit to this.
Right.
But he's clean for the moment. I hope he stays clean, and I hope he's got some left in the tank. And if anybody can get what you should be able to get out of him, it's going to be Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. So here we go again.
Yeah, Skip, I hope it works out, but I'm not. It's not like, oh, yeah, I just can't because my trust has been just broken too many times. At some point in time, you just got, you know what? Throw my hands up.
So I'm now like you. I just sit back and wait to see if there's anything left.
Right.
And they're starting off with Buffalo at home. Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah.
Big challenge ahead. Guys, LeBron got
Is how he going to fit with LeBron and Anthony Davis. And I've said this before, Skip, I don't think it's a natural fit, but I believe that LeBron James and Russell Westbrook will make this work. And if LeBron James can't make it work, ain't nobody gonna make it work, because he can make anything work.
I will buy that.
I call him MacGyver. MacGyver make it work. You remember that TV show? He's stranded somewhere. You're like, oh, they got MacGyver this time. Ain't no way he gonna get up out of this.
Yep.
And here, all of a sudden, a flashlight, a battery, and a piece of string and a stick, and he got a car.
And by the way, to LeBron's credit, he did win a couple of categories. One of them was most versatile player.
Yeah.
So I give you, that's MacGyver-esque.
Yes.
Okay, so if anybody can pull this off, he can, and he won't be able to. Go ahead.
He will be able to. But anyway, Skip, I love the offseason acquisitions that they made outside. But Russell Westbrook is an upgrade over Schroeder. They have better shooting with Malik Monk, Ellington, Nunn, Bazemore. I like Melo. Defense and size, because they want to get back to what helped them win the championship, which was they were big. They were a big basketball team. Dwight and DJ's back. I'm not going to miss Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma. I'm going to miss those guys like I miss my old hip. I don't miss it at all, because for the first time in about 4 years, I'm without pain. So I don't miss that old hip. I'm not going to miss those two guys also. Now, and people go, man, Kuzma, he's probably going to go light it up. And I told you, Skip, I believe he can be a good player on a bad team. The question is, can he be a good player on a championship team? And they say, nah, we good. We've seen enough. And besides, Skip, he's 26. He done maxed out. What he gonna be? Well,
he did contribute to a championship team in the bubble.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I mean, he was a pretty good player on a championship team.
Okay, what did he do last year? How did they look? Okay, thank you. And he had an opportunity when LeBron got hurt, when AD was out. How did he do? But anyway, so I like the roster that they put together. I can understand Kyle Lowry seems to be a natural fit. He's a point guard, can distribute, he can take and make big shots, and he fits the Heat culture with his tenacity.
Yep.
So yes, I agree. I believe that is a better fit. Kyle Lowry in Miami is a better fit than Russ in Miami. But I don't believe it will play the dividends that Russ will play for the Lakers.
I got to tell you, I was shocked by this, because you have indoctrinated me with all your purple and gold phony baloney to the point that I'm starting to see a little purple and gold. And I told you, every move that GM LeBron made to upgrade the Lakers.
Pelinka.
No, it's LeBron James. He's the one who starts and finishes every move. Again, Rob might be the leg man. He might make the phone calls.
You hate it.
No, it's just the truth. That is actually a huge compliment.
It ain't no huge compliment
to LeBron James.
No, it's not.
He's the unofficial assistant head coach. You know, he's sort of the co-coach.
No,
that's what he is.
Frankie V.
No, Frankie V. He got no love in
and
this
now we
poll.
got Fizdale.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love Fizz.
Skip, but let me ask you a question before you go. Name the head coach that has gotten credit when you have a LeBron. It's just like it's so hard for you to get credit.
Ty Lue got a lot of credit for the 3-1 turnaround.
Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't get no coach of the year. But I'm saying when you get a guy like Brady, look at a guy like Bruce. They ain't give Bruce Arians no credit. They gave it all to Tom. Coach Belichick, they like, man, you had Tom. You ain't getting no credit. Get out of here.
Thank you. Okay, I agree. Bingo. Touche. All right, so back to this landslide in the category of best overall offseason moves. The Heat just ramrodded. They just bulldozed the Lakers. And I thought it would at least be close, but it was 47% of the vote went to the Heat and only 17% went to the Lakers.
Well, see, this is why I disagree. Now, if you're going to tell me the one move, but if you say overall moves, like it's combined, I think we got the better of the deal. I think we better than the Heat.
Okay, so you're surprised by this?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I was just basing it on Russell and Kyle Lowry.
Okay, well, the next category is what one player acquisition will have the biggest impact, and it is a landslide again.
No,
it is a beatdown because Kyle Lowry is 77% to Russ is only 17% of the vote.
We're going to show you.
Well, are you?
Yes. What
because
part about
the GMs are screaming at you like, Russ? Really? Over Kyle Lowry?
Skip.
And finally, there's one more category that hasn't been brought up yet, and it was what was the most surprising move of the offseason. And Russ runs away with that one. He's got 50% of the vote to DeMar DeRozan going to the Bulls at 22%. But that's like a, they're saying it's a negative surprise, like the Lakers did that? They're going to try that?
I was surprised as well, Skip. So I'm right along with the general manager. But Skip, I think when you look at what all the pieces that they added, better shooting with Malik Monk, Ellington, Nunn, Bazemore, those guys can play defense also.
Yeah.
Skip, I think for a totality, now I like the Kyle Lowry. If you say Kyle Lowry and Russ, I'm gonna say Kyle Lowry fits better naturally with the Heat.
What they're saying is he's more dependable, he's more trustworthy. That's a guy you can count on,
right,
where you can't always count on Russ because you're never sure which Russ you're going to get, good or bad Russ.
Well, we're only going to get the good because we got the big guy, Big Brother, going to put his arm around him and say, Russ. And he told you. He said, the one thing I know, the guy that's been to, the 10 championships, he's the architect. He knows what